Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a quick video of Impact Wrestling from June 24th, 2021. This is my review on the complete overall show, and I gotta say, this show sucked. Bottom line, top to bottom, everything on this show was flat, boring, dull. I'll go over some of the matches and some of the segments that were important to me. I think there was two important segments that were non-wrestling related. First one to talk about was Don Callis was backstage with Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer and Don Callis have agreed to a match next week on Impact Wrestling for a 6-man tag team match with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers against Sami Callihan and Moose, and then a surprise partner that was named near the end of the show was Chris Sabin. These two, Moose and Chris Sabin, are rivals. They are teaming together. So this should be very interesting, and this should only lead to those two tearing each other apart at the end of all this next week, and seeing Sami Callihan get destroyed by the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega. That's probably what is going to happen. That's what I would recommend taking place, to put Sami Callihan behind the 8 ball leading into Slammiversary for the World Heavyweight Championship opportunity he has against Kenny Omega. So, the other segment, which was Jordynne Grace and Rachel. I forgot her last name. Erling, I think, is her last name. I apologize if I got it wrong. These two women were former tag team champions, one of the shortest reigns in Knockouts women's tag team wrestling in TNA/Impact Wrestling. And Jordynne Grace has been having issues with her tag team partner, which is leading to a breakup more than likely. Why they made them tag team champions in the first place to ultimately make them break up is beyond me. I have no idea why. Makes no sense. Sounds like a WWE type of idea, that something WWE would do. This is not something I'm enjoying very much. If you're going to have Jordynne Grace turn heel, pull the fucking trigger already and get it over with. They could have done that right here, but they didn't. Jazz came out during this segment trying to get these two to come together as a team. Rachel wants to be a tag team partner with Jordynne Grace, but Jordynne Grace is having a little bit of an ego type issue. She's losing some of her momentum. She's losing quite a bit to Tenille Dashwood. Tenille Dashwood at the end of this actually got involved. She ends up trying to attack Rachel because Rachel wanted to challenge her in a one-on-one match. So she goes ahead and tries to kick her ass, but fails miserably. Bottom line, it's not a big deal. Jordynne Grace ends up at the end of all this telling her she's going to think about wanting to be tag team partners, but in all honesty, this is leading to them becoming enemies, more than likely. What else happened on this crummy, dull show? It wasn't exactly a horrible show like watching a Monday Night Raw episode. It just was boring. There was nothing on the show that really stood out and got me excited. The World Tag Team titles was the main event with Kojima and Eddie Edwards. I think I'm pronouncing the Eddie Edwards tag team partner's name correctly. Kojima? Yeah. Went up against Joey Doring and Deaner for the tag team titles. These guys are from Violent by Design. This was a average at best match. Thankfully, Joey Doring and Deaner retained the tag team titles. I think they're doing an excellent job with Violent by Design. Hopefully, eventually, we get to see Eric Young back into the world championship picture and actually become world champion, have a meaningful title reign with this Violent by Design group. I think they're an excellent tag team. Remind me of a mellowed down Sanity version. They ain't coming out acting like a fucking bunch of crazy lunatics, but they're kind of like Sanity, only with a little bit more of a normalcy to them in a certain way, with a slight touch of craziness, I guess you could say. They're just not full-fledged insane. They have a little bit of a brains in their heads. They don't do idiotic shit. They retain their tag team titles, thank God. I'd hate to see them lose the tag team titles so soon. They think they've been tag team champions for like about a month or two. That's about it. So nothing exciting there happened. Just a normal main event tag team championship match. We had Rohit Raju and Sierra tag teaming together against Petey Williams and Trey Miguel. This wasn't a terrible match, but unfortunately, it wasn't exactly what I enjoyed watching. Rohit Raju picks up the victory here. I believe. I'm not even using my computer right now. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. So if I got it incorrect, I apologize. Again, this show was nothing. This was a very, very terrible show. Probably one of the worst shows I've seen in a long while by Impact Wrestling. Let's see. We also showed Chris Bay using his cell phone during this segment, with Austin Aries and Madman Fulton interfering in the match later on after it ended and beating the crap out of everyone in the ring except for Rohit Raju and Sarah, because they are actually an alliance. Chris Bay was just standing there photographing everything that was going on in the ring, or recording it, I should say. What else? Deanna Perosa faced Susan one-on-one. And that was nothing. She wins by an armbar submission. We had Rosemary. She went up against Kiera Hogan as the other opponent, was the opponent that Rosemary was facing. Rosemary actually picks up the victory. Havoc is extremely excited about this. So it seems like Rosemary and Havoc are going to be teaming together to compete for the Knockouts Championship, or Tag Team Championship. So I don't know if that intrigues anyone or not. I think it's okay, but again, Rosemary just came off of a loss for the Impact Women's Championship. So I'm not sure if that's really the right way to go. Shouldn't she earn some wins first before just getting an automatic title shot? I mean, she already beat one of the tag team champions, which I think was kind of fucking stupid, but whatever. The other match that I forgot to mention was Sam Beal versus Jake something. This was a quick match, nothing special here. And Brian Myers is trying to be a mentor to this guy and is telling him all the wrong shit. He doesn't blame Sam Beal for losing. He blames Jake something. And he tells him to whip out his notebook and start writing notes down for what he has to say. Folks, it was the dumbest fucking thing I ever saw in my life. Bottom line, the show sucked. It was nothing special on it. So yeah, one other segment was Tommy Dreamer and Scott D'Amore were actually having a confrontation with each other backstage, and Scott D'Amore apologized for the way he acted last week, and he thanks him for doing the right thing. He also thinks he was a little bit at fault for listening to Don Callis so much on different things on the show. And he felt that he should have done a little bit better than what he was doing. But otherwise, he thanked Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer informed him that the board of Impact Wrestling want him to stay there to monitor him, and basically Scott D'Amore is under probation to make sure he's not doing anything that's, out of line or unprofessional, trying to favor one person over the other, and trying to be a very unbiased booker, as well as putting people in certain situations or putting them in opportunities that they maybe don't deserve, such as like Don Callis was doing with Kenny Omega, trying to keep him as the world champion. So there's that situation going on. There's a possibility of Scott D'Amore turning a heel-like role in a booker sense, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Tommy Dreamer becomes a heel. Who knows? But yeah, that was pretty much the show, guys. I was not impressed with this whatsoever. I thought this show was, whatever. It wasn't that important. It was a okay show. It was, easy to deal with, but I don't really care. I really don't. I think the show was, it was what it was, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you have a great night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow to review NXT June 29th, 2021. I almost forgot what date it is. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great night and enjoy the rest of the night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.